Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Saturday, January 21st. I do have a freezing fog advisory in effect this morning for portions of the Snake Plain up through the Lost River valleys, with attention turning to tomorrow, where we're going to have a system moving in with some snow and breezy winds, with colder temperatures on Monday, and I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Key points we're going to focus on today: do have some patchy dense fog and freezing fog out there this morning, with areas outside of that being very cold. We're seeing single digits above and below zero, with double digits below zero up towards Stanley this morning. Again, we do have that freezing fog advisory for the Arco Mud Lake Desert area out towards the Lost River valleys. Seeing some pockets of visibility more widespread in that area below a mile, and outside of these low clouds are seeing some potential for some light freezing drizzle and snow, which could lead to some slippery road surfaces. Our next system will move in tonight through Sunday. We're looking at about a trace to 2 inches in our valleys, 3 to 6 in the mountains, with a concern at least for winds being as high as 45 miles an hour in places, primarily in the higher elevations, Magic Valley, South Hills. And as we turn to Monday as well, going to have those winds transferring into the upper Snake Plain as cold air spills over the Continental Divide into our area for Monday. High pressure ridge off the Pacific coast remains in control, so we'll have that at least pretty more pertinent for next week, bringing continued light rounds of snow and below normal temperatures throughout the week. The European model remains a little bit more optimistic later in the week, with the GFS remaining drier. Take a look at satellite this morning. Mostly clear skies outside of some low stratus and fog. And in this area, low stratus and fog are seeing visibilities below a mile, especially where we have that freezing fog advisory in effect this morning. Should expect most of this to begin to push up further north throughout the day, but could see some patchy fog and low stratus throughout the day. A bigger look at the picture. So we have that high pressure ridge off the coast with another one following in behind. This low pressure system moving into Alaska today will be moving up and over into our area in the form of a cold front and a closed upper level 500 millibar low. And that will be increasing winds, bringing some snow with it. And our next system that we're keeping an eye on for at least maybe the later part of next week, still sitting well out in the Pacific, but certainly something to keep an eye on. Weather risk outlook for the next 5 days. Main concerns today will descend around some morning and patchy dense fog out there with a freezing fog advisory in effect for the Snake Plain. For Sunday, we're going to have that system moving in with some snow and breezy winds. Looks like it's going to be strongest and most impactful as you get up into the South Hills. By Monday, most of that precipitation will be out of the area as that high pressure ridge fills in behind, leading to some frigid wind chills in places. Could see wind chills as low as 35 below zero in places. By Tuesday and Wednesday, just carrying a chance for some light snow showers across the eastern and southeast highlands and Lemhi County for Wednesday. Here's a look at the watches, warnings, and advisories. Again, that freezing fog advisory will be in effect until noontime today. Temperatures this morning starting off on the cooler side of things, single digits for most, in the teens and 20s further south, but clear skies will be leading to much colder temperatures outside of that low stratus and fog, where temperatures are remaining more consistent. By this afternoon, it's going to be in the teens and low 20s, pushing about 30 degrees as you get out towards Twin Falls. Wind gusts this morning, not seeing as much of an impact as we saw yesterday. Down towards Sweetser Summit, Black Pine Mountains, saw gusts at about 60 miles an hour, leading to some blowing and drifting snow yesterday, but shouldn't be as much of a concern today. But by tonight, we're going to start to see at least some slightly breezy winds return to the South Hills and Magic Valley. Temperatures on Sunday, so overall it's going to be fairly mild to what we've been seeing, but again, single digits above and below zero. Warmest areas will be in the teens, and by the afternoon, again, teens, 20s, and not seeing many 30s here in eastern Idaho. So break down the precipitation timing for you. So by tonight, we're going to have that precipitation begin to work through McCall, Riggins area, and that will be overspreading into the Central Mountains late tonight into early tomorrow morning. And this will be a fairly moderate to heavy band of snow at times, so certainly limiting visibility during the overnight hours at times. And you can see here, 4 a.m., I-15, I-86, I-84, seeing a widespread band of snow that's going to be working in through the morning hours, and this will be leading to some quick accumulating snow. So once that first round comes in, we're keeping an eye on the potential for a convergent snow band setting up between Pocatello, Blackfoot, Idaho Falls, and Rexburg out towards Arco. This could lead to some locally higher totals along the I-15 corridor, depending on if we see this set up, but this model here depicts this, bringing continued snow impacts through about midday. Beyond that, just some isolated showers throughout the rest of the afternoon hours and evening hours, mainly confined to the mountains, but not looking at as much accumulation as we will during the morning hours. Breaking down that snowfall for you. So overnight tonight, generally looking at mountain snow, nothing too much impactful for the valleys, but taking you to Monday morning, about a trace to a couple inches for Sunday morning, so this is through 11 a.m. And by Sunday afternoon, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., we're going to see some light snow, maybe a couple more inches as you get out into the South Hills, Magic Mountain area. And by Sunday evening, keep it with just a slight chance for some snow showers, but overall fairly light accumulations. And in total for Sunday, generally looking at about 1 to 2 inches along the I-15 corridor north from Montana down to Utah. And as you head further east, the potential for about 3 to 4 inches into the mountains, locally higher 6 to 8 as you get down to the South Hills and Albion Mountains. Wind gusts on Sunday will peak during the afternoon hours, but we're going to see some general breeziness throughout the day. Seeing those wind gusts in the Central Mountains, Magic Valley, South Hills, out towards Twin Falls, Jerome, and Oakley. Could see gusts at about 40-45 miles an hour. With that continuing into the overnight hours, especially further north, going to have some cold air rushing over the divide to fill in behind this system. Could see some locally higher gusts up to about 45 miles an hour, headed up 28, Spencer, and Du Bois area for Sunday. Temperatures on Monday, so another cold morning out there, single and double digits below zero for most. Warmest areas will be in the teens, and afternoon highs, most noticeably, everyone will be below freezing, no 30s around the area, teens and 20s for everyone. Wind chills Monday morning, so we're going to be very cold on Monday morning, especially as you get up closer to the divide where those stronger winds will be in place. But could see that breeziness bring some bitter wind chills across much of our highlands areas and mountains and across portions of the upper Snake Plain, with wind chills around -10 to about -35 degrees for Monday morning. Wind gusts on Monday morning, so seeing those strongest winds up towards Du Bois, Spencer, and as you head up towards Lemhi County in the Lemhi Valley. But other than that, we'll see some continued breezy winds. So we saw those winds yesterday be pretty breezy down towards Sweetser Summit as that system pulled through. So look for another area blowing and drifting snow potential taking you into Monday morning if you're headed down I-84. But by the afternoon hours on Monday, just some slight breeziness, but nothing above 25 miles an hour. Temperatures on Tuesday, we're going to see fairly consistent temperatures through next week. High pressure ridge will keep things fairly stagnant as we remain dry, outside of some mountain snow shower potential, remaining very light in nature, but lows will be single digits above and below zero, with afternoon highs in the teens and 20s, pushing about freezing as you get out into Twin Falls and Oakley. Wind gusts on Tuesday again, keeping with that slight breezy trend as you head up towards that area, but certainly going to be seeing those wind gusts begin to trend down throughout the day, but just slight breeziness in our typical wind-prone areas with these northerly winds for Tuesday, and nothing too strong for Tuesday afternoon. Just seeing those slight diurnal trends in our northern downslope areas up towards the divide and south of Sweetser Summit. Temperatures for your Wednesday, going to be single digits above and below zero again for the morning, with warmest areas in the teens. High temperatures, teens, 20s to low 30s. And wind gusts on Wednesday, nothing too breezy for Wednesday. Starting to see some more, widespread and light winds. Could see some gusts at about 20 miles an hour, but overall staying fairly light. But that was your weather briefing for today, Saturday, January 21st. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome day.